So, did you know that Nicki Minaj's Venus spirit animal is a polar bear? That's right. And I have found that through the Venus profile, we can unlock so much about your beauty aesthetic that even if you're an artist or if you're somebody who really wants to just amplify your beauty in life, to understand your beauty profile will change the game. Welcome, you guys, to the Venus Blueprint. Our specialty is Venus. And if you'd like to get your Venus Blueprint reading, they are super hot on my new website. It's been so exciting doing these readings for you guys, and you can get yours. So let's jump into Nicki Minaj, who has a Venus in Sagittarius. And her Venus in Sagittarius takes on similar to everything I said in the video about Ice Spice, who also has a Venus in Sagittarius. They are naturally sexy because they're fire signs. All of the fire signs are sexy. The only one that seems to dilute it a little bit is Venus and Leo. But Aries and Sag, they hold nothing back. And now, once we get to Sag, we are at the most mature of the fire signs. And so they express their sexiness through their physical body. At this point, we have got the voluptuous Jessica Rabbit icon of beauty with the Venus in Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules over the hips and the thighs. And so a lot of the focus goes there. Even if you don't have the super thick body, right? The I'm drawn bad that way type of body, you should still emphasize your hips and your thighs as a Venus in Sag. This can be skater skirts, pleated skirts, just little decors, garter, the garter belts around the leg. I forget, because of Venus in Sagittarius is a cornucopia of stimulation. They are usually mixing and matching colors like it's the rainbow. Yes, Venus in Sagittarius will take it there because it's a wildfire of beauty. So to find your spirit animal, we take your Venus and we put it into the gene keys, which is a branch off of human design. And this basically gives you a genetic reading of your Venus frequency. It tells us what is your lower self-esteem, what are your higher ideals, and what is your highest expression of beauty. So you'll see that Nicki Minaj has Venus in gene key 11, and this is a highest expression of beauty of being light, just pure light. And if you see Nicki's overall aesthetic, it is very much so that it is bright, it is brightness. So the shadow is obscurity. And this is really interesting because the shadow of obscurity is going to show to us where we kind of hide. We're not clear. We're not being direct, okay? And it's very interesting because in another sign like Scorpio, obscurity could actually be a part of the profile. But in the sign of Sagittarius, it's part of the lower esteem part of the profile because Scorpio is about being secretive and mysterious. But gene key 11 in Sagittarius, where Nicki Minaj is about being as clear as possible. And so you definitely will experience her lightness through the gene key 11. Now, this is where I find the spirit animal, which for her is the polar bear, as you can see on the graph here. And what's really cool is that when you align the person to their Venus, some of them will literally look like their Venus spirit animal. It's really bizarre. And I feel like Nicki really does pull this off. And Ice Spice does the same with hers. And it's just very interesting that they're both bears, you guys. But Nicki, being a polar bear, has an even lighterness to her. And when she actually has worn like this big white furry coat, I swear I was like, she must know her Venus spirit animal. She must know. Now, what's really cool is that some of us will have the features. So like the polar bear having like these kind of like smaller but slantier eyes, it's almost naturally there as well with Nicki. And so a lot of us can pull from our Venus spirit animal to get more ideas of aesthetics. And if you're looking to brand yourself, if you're looking to really stand out with your brand through your beauty, then knowing your spirit animal will really take you to another level. You will stand out Absolutely. The proof is in the pudding between Nicki and Ice Spice, honestly. Now, some people's spirit animals aren't as cute and favorable, but don't worry because I go very deep in your readings to unlock what's really trying to happen here. But for Nicki, I just wanted to show you how when we pull from her spirit animal and she wears white or she wears fur, and it doesn't have to be white, it kind of evokes this kind of like quiet danger that a polar bear looks like, because like you have got to be dangerous if you're living in the cold, first of all, right? But also like she still is able to kind of feel very cozy, right, in her aesthetic, and yet still very dangerous. That pulls from like the fur of the polar bear, but also the danger of the climate that the polar bear lives in. And I actually suggest whenever I do the readings for people to also study their spirit animal's lifestyle, because it will really show to you what you bring to the table when it comes to your value for other people, and also your own esteem in knowing that you are the light, right? If you're Nicki Minaj or you have Venus between 22 and 28 degrees, you have the same Venus placement.